Hello, pet parents. I have to tell you, I'm both challenged and excited to make this video for you today. I'm excited to tell you about the 20th anniversary edition of my book and to give you hope for healing your dog of liver disease, cirrhosis, shunts, or any other kind of liver issues. I'm challenged because I don't like to see myself on video, I don't like to listen to my voice, and I don't like to be self-promotional. But the bottom line of why I'm making this video is because I'm probably one of only a few people who's talked to hundreds of pet parents with dogs who have liver disease. And I want to give you the information that you need to save your dog. I'm not here to sell you anything. I just want to tell you what I did to save my dog Norman from cirrhosis and what hundreds, if not thousands, of other dog parents have done to save their dog. So 20 years ago, I self-published a little book called Hope for Healing Liver Disease in Your Dog. I told my story of how I saved my dog Norman from cirrhosis. I wanted others to know what I did so that they could do it too. Well, I had no idea what was going to happen after that. I had no idea that this experience with Norman and writing this book would change my life and send me on a path of learning natural and holistic dog care, becoming a canine nutrition specialist, a dog food geek, owning my own business, doing dog training, and becoming an integrative canine specialist. I had no idea that 20 years later, I would still be giving people hope that they can save their dog. So now I guess you could say that I'm the expert pet parent on canine liver disease. Well, I believe that there are 5 things that I did to save my dog's life, and I want to share that with you in this video. Are you ready? Okay. Here are the 5 actions that saved my dog's life. Number 1, I did my own research, and I took things into my own hands. I advocated for my dog. I didn't get the answers that I needed from my vet, so I found them myself. Now, this wasn't easy back in 2002 because there was no Google, or Google wasn't what it is today. Number 2, I went away from just traditional medical treatments and I looked for a more natural and holistic approach. I did the research and I gave my dog human supplements because at the time there were no pet supplements. So I gave Norman a human form of milk thistle and vitamin E and other supplements. Number 3, I learned to cook healthy homemade dog food. I learned all about what was in commercial dog food, and I saw, well, that's not very good for Norman. And I didn't know anything about making homemade dog food at the time, so I had to do research on that. I used research about humans with liver disease to piece together what foods were good and what foods were not good for the liver. There wasn't any information out there about a diet for a dog with liver disease in 2002. So I had to figure it out through trial and error. Number 4, I got a second opinion and I found a holistic veterinarian. And she had a traditional practice, but she also had a holistic mindset. And she was willing to work with me using primarily natural supplements and diet. And number 5, I learned how to take care of my dog at home. I learned what to look for. I read all kinds of books on taking care of dogs naturally, using natural methods. I learned to look at doggy poop to see how he was doing. My grandmother used to always say, the stools of your dog tell you if your dog is healthy or sick. Well, she was right. I started what I call potty patrol, and I learned how to give Norman a checkup at home. I learned how to give him pills. I started watching him like a hawk and noticed all of his behaviors that were signs of illness or pain. And that's what I did for 2 years. I cooked, I gave Norman supplements, I went to my holistic vet for checkups and treatments. I kept changing Norman's diet until I found the best one for him, and I took care of him at home. And that's what saved his life. The only reason why I really wrote the book was because my neighbor at the time was Joe Vitale, the author Joe Vitale. And when we were having lunch, and I told him what I was doing for Norman and how well he was doing, he said, you should write a book about that. Well, I had no idea how to write a book. I had no idea how to self-publish a book. So of course I had to do research on that too. And I had no idea how to write or create a website, so I figured that out. But having a computer science degree really came in helpful for that sort of thing. So now, 20 years later, I'm still doing research. I still use natural approaches with my dogs. I've been cooking off and on for all of my dogs for all of these years. I became a canine nutrition specialist. I formulate custom homemade diets for dogs with liver disease and other issues. And I just love to learn new stuff. And as I learn new stuff, I think, oh, I should put that in the book. Oh, that should be in the book. And that should be in the book. So I've updated my book 3 times. And now this is in 2023, 24. It's now the 20th edition, 20th anniversary edition. I've added new insights, I've added new information, but the biggest thing that I'm really the most excited about is this whole new liver-friendly diet blueprint. It's what, why, and how to make a liver-friendly diet for your dog. I've added a dozen new recipes. I've added a fresh and flexible option to show you how to create your own recipe. I've added recipes from veterinarians, from Balance It, which is an online recipe formulation tool. I created long-term complete and balanced versions of 3 of the recipes that were already in there so that they can be fed long-term. Anyway, I'm really excited about the new book. I think it will help save more dogs' lives, but mostly all I really want to do is to give you hope and to give more people hope that liver disease does not have to be a death sentence, and you don't have to be an expert dog person to take care of your dog at home. I was 32 years old. Norman was my first dog. I had never had a sick dog. I had never taken care of a sick dog, but I just didn't want to give up, and I was determined to do everything I could, and that's what I did. And you know what? I believe that you can do it too. I have received dozens of emails from other pet parents who use my book to save their dogs' lives. And if they can do it, you can do it. So I guess that's really all I wanted to say today in this video. Oh, go and give your dog a big hug if they like hugs, because their lives are too short. So appreciate every moment that you have with them.